السلام عليكم أعزائي الطلبة. In this video we are going to complete chapter 3, solving quadratic equations using quadratic formula. The form of the quadratic formula is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and a not equal to 0. And the formula is x equal minus b, positive or negative, square root of b square minus 4ac divided to 2a. So let's us take example 1. Solve x square plus 2x minus 15 by the formula, quadratic formula. So a is the coefficient of x square, 1, and b is the coefficient of x, 2, and c is the constant term, is minus 15. Now let's us apply this value in the formula. X equal minus, what's the value of b is 2, plus or negative square root of b square, b is 2 square, minus 4 times 1, what's the value of a, 1, times value of c is minus 15. I put in the bracket to remind myself when I multiply minus with minus will give me positive. So equal minus 2, same, positive or negative same, square root of 4. How comes 4? From 2 square is 4. How is positive? How positive? Because minus times minus is positive. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 15, 60. Equal minus 2 plus or negative square root of 64. How comes 64? Because 4 plus 60 divide 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Equal minus 2 plus or negative 8. How comes 8? Because square root of 64 is 8. Divide 2. So x will be minus 2 plus 8 divide 2. So minus 2 plus 8 is 6, divide 2 is 3, and another value of x is minus 2 minus x minus 2 minus 8 divide 2 is equal minus 10 divide 2 equal minus 5. So the two value of x is 3 and minus 4. We notice this equation is factorable. We can factorize as to bracket xx. Then I ask myself what's the last term is minus, so I put different values, positive and negative. Then I ask myself what are the two numbers when I multiply together will give me 15, when I subtract by between them will give me 2. 5 times 3 will give me 15, when I subtract will give me 2. So I put 5 in the term which it's sign same as the sign of the middle, so I put 5 here and 3 here. So the value of x is positive negative 5, and x here is positive 3, same as when we solve by the formula. Let's take another formula, another example. Solve 2x squared minus 10x equal minus 3. Firstly, I have to put this equation equal to 0. So 2x squared same, minus 10x same. Then I transfer minus 3 to left side, positive 3 equal 0. Then I write the value of a is 2, is the coefficient of x squared. Good. The coefficient the b is the coefficient of x. What's the coefficient of x? Is minus 10, and c is the constant form, which is the constant term is 3. Then I write the formula x equal minus b plus or negative square root of b square minus 4ac divided to a. Now x equal minus, then I open the bracket. What's the value of b? Is minus 10. I close the bracket, plus or negative square root of, I open the bracket because the value of b is minus 10, close the bracket, square, minus 4 times the value of a is 2 times the value of c is 3, divide 2 times a was the value of a 2. So now negative times negative is positive, positive 10, positive or negative same here. Square root of 100, how it comes, because minus 10 times minus 10 will give me 100. Minus here 24, how it comes, because 4 times 2 is 4, it's 8, 8 times 3, 24. Equal 10 same, positive or negative here, 76, how it comes, because 100 minus 24 will give me 76. Divide 4 equal 10 positive or negative, because I put 76 as 4 times 19, so the square root of 4 is 2, so it will be 10 positive or negative 2 square root of 19 divide 4, how it comes 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. Then I take the common factor 2 here, then 2, then 10 divided 2 is 5, then 2 here is cancelled, then 2 I divide 2 divide 2 2, I cancel 2 with the 4 will give me 2. So this term, the simplest form will be 5 plus or negative square root of 19 divide 2. So the two values will be x equal 5 plus square root of 19 divide 2, and x equal 5 minus 19 over 2. Exact answer. And we notice we cannot factorize this equation, so we should use a quadratic equation. Here another example, solve x square minus 6x plus 13 equals 0. So I have to write the value of a is 1, because the coefficient of x square is 1. B is minus 6, why? Because the coefficient of x is minus 6. The value of c is the constant term, which is equal 13. Then I write the formula, x equal the quadratic formula equal minus b positive or negative square root of b square minus 4ac times divide to a. So x equal minus, I open bracket, what's the value of b, minus 6, close the bracket, plus or negative square root of, I open the bracket, b, what's the value of b is minus 6, close the bracket and square, minus 4 times a, what's the value of a is 1, times c, what's the value of c, 13, divide 2 times a, 1. Then so equal positive 6, why? Because negative times negative positive, negative and positive, square root of 32, why? Because minus 6 times minus 6 will give me 36. Minus 52, how comes 52? Because 4 times 1 4, 4 times 13 52, equal 6 positive or negative, square root of minus 16. How comes minus 16? Because 36 minus 52 gives me minus 16 divide 2. So 6 plus or negative minus 16 is equal to square root of 16 times square root of minus 1, and I know minus 1 is equal to I, so 6 plus 4, how it comes 4? Because square root of 16 is 4, I is the value of square root of minus 1. Divide 2. So here 6 divide 2 is 3, plus or negative 4 divide 2 2i. So we have two values x equal 3 plus 2i, and x equal 3 minus 2i. Now the discriminant of a quadratic equation. If the discriminant is negative, you have a negative under the radical, and the roots of the quadratic equation will be complex conjugates. The discriminant is the value of the discriminant is b square minus 4ac, offers valuable information about the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation where a, b, and c are rational values. It quickly tells you if the equation has two real numbers when if b square minus 4ac greater than 0, so they are two real number. When real repeated roots, when b square minus 4ac equal exactly 0, or two complex conjugate roots when the value of the discriminant is less than 0, when b square minus 4ac less than 0. So the value of the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. If the value greater than 0, we have two real numbers. If this value exactly equals to 0, we have one real repeated number root. If this value of that discriminant value is less than 0, then we have two complex conjugate roots. Let's take example. This example, x squared plus 6x plus 5. So the discriminant b squared minus 4ac equal. What's b the coefficient of x is 6 squared minus 4 times a. What's a? The coefficient of x squared, 1, times c. What's c is 5. So 36 minus 20 will give us 16 positive. So it is in this case they are two real root numbers. So x squared minus 6x plus 5, we can factorize this equation by two factor xx. Then I saw the last term is positive, so the sign will be inside the bracket will be same as the middle, positive. Then I ask myself, what are the two numbers when I multiply together will give me 5, when I subtract will give me, when I sum will give me 6. 1 times 5 will give me 5, when I sum will give me 6. So I'll put 5 here or 1 here. The order is not important. So x will be x minus 1 and x will be minus 4. So we have the two real roots. Here's another example. When the discriminant exactly equal to 0, x squared minus 2x minus plus 1 equal to 0. So the discriminant equal b squared minus 4ac. Now what's the value of b is the coefficient of x, so minus 2 squared minus 4 times a, the value of a 1, times c, the value of c is 1. So will be 4 minus 4, 0. So there is one real root in this case. X squared minus 2x plus 1 I can factorize as two factor x. And put xx, then the sign of the last term is positive, so the sign will be same in the two brackets, same as the sign of the middle, minus. Then I ask myself, what are the two numbers when I multiply together will give me 1, when I sum will give me 2. 1 times 1 will give me 1, when I sum will be 2. So I put 1 here and 1 here. So we are here repeated roots, x equal 1. Here another example, x squared minus 3x plus 10 equal to 0. So here this equation, that's the discriminant b squared minus the minus 4ac equal. What's the value of b is the coefficient of x is minus 3 squared minus 4 times a, the value of a is 1 here, times the value of c, the constant term is 10. So here 9 minus 40 will give me minus 31 negative. So they are two complex roots. Here we notice this formula I cannot factorize, so I use the formula, the quadratic formula, x equal minus bracket minus b, the value of b minus 3 plus or negative square root of b squared So b is minus 3 square minus 4 times a, the value of a 1, times c, the value of c is 10, divide 2 times a 1. So positive, negative times negative, positive, positive or negative, here square root of 9. 9 comes from minus 3 times minus 3 will be 9, minus 40, how to come 40, 4 times 1, 4 times 10, 40. Here 3, positive or negative, minus 31, minus 31. Here x equals 3, positive or negative, plus or square root of minus 31. Here we can put as square root of 31, 31 times square root of minus 1, and the square root of minus is the value is 1. So here we have two complex, because two complex roots. We finish this video at this point. Next time we take reminder theorem. See you in the thank you for listening for this video. Then see you in next video.